Welcome back to Million on Mars. Today we're going to look at setting up our ground control station. The ground control station can also house martisans, and some tasks require a martisan to be housed here. First, we'll start the process by completing our antenna tracking sub-assembly task. This task requires a very high fabrication level of 80, so you may need to post it as a job. It also requires stamina, aluminum plates, pirate radio shards, copper coil springs, steel ball bearings, and circuit components. Next, we'll craft our ground control power subsystems. These will require an electrical level of 50, and stamina, a crafted energy core kit, electrical tools, and one sealed expert electrical tool. Once we put some power cores in our ground control station, we will start setting up our airlock and telemetry system. This will require a fabrication level of 50 and use power, circuit components, rover wires, an airlock, some electronic bits, and sealed expert fabrication tools. With everything else completed, we are now able to finalize our ground control setup. We need an electrical level of 40, and will also require power, circuit components, rover wires, copper coil springs, and electronic parts. Now that we are all set up, we have access to the missions that are in the ground control station. We will have a look at one of them now. The first mission is virtual hopper testing. It will use some power, stamina, research papers, rover wires, electronic bits, and it will give us some Dusk and research papers in return. Stages 2 and 3 of the virtual hopper testing mission both require small amounts of research papers and power, and they will give Dusk and research papers in return. Upon reaching the third step of the virtual hopper testing mission, a circuit component and power are required, but a larger amount of Dusk will be given as a reward. At stage 4, we have two options: the Research Aerospace mission branch, which will give us a good amount of experience for a martisan at the end of the mission chain, as well as some Dusk now, or the Vulcan Metalworks mission branch, which will give us a chance at receiving the Vulcan Metalworks schematic at the end of the mission chain, and exchange an aluminum plate for some research papers now. We can see at stage 5, the Research Aerospace mission, if completed by a player, will reward mining experience in exchange for vibes, power, and a research paper. The Vulcan Metalworks chain requires glitter, as it has a chance at rewarding us with a schematic. A schematic is similar to a recipe, but is a one-time use item. You will be able to use these aerospace schematics in your engineering bay. Now we will have a look at one of the final tasks in the ground control station, Officer Instruction. This will require us to have a martisan in the station to use it, and uses research papers, stamina, power, circuit components, and electronic bits. This will give our martisan 100 to 300 aerospace experience. Now you know how to set up a ground control station, as well as some of the tasks and the mission sequence for the virtual hopper mission. There are also the Start Ground Control Calibration and the Start Satellite Configuration mission chains, which will lead to other schematic discoveries and some other surprises. Best of luck exploring them, and be sure to share your findings in Discord. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.